Good afternoon and welcome to this highlight show of the evening review as it happened this week. My name is Taiwan Jabela. The first item on the show today was regarding Prime Minister Nahas Angula answering the question of whether when he and President Mahama left government, they left state coffers empty. This is what he had to say.
Those who are complaining about finding the coffers empty,
Yeah.
why didn't they respond accordingly that we don't have money? Let us have a small government to save money. Let us see how we can expand the economy
Yeah.
to create more income for the public coffers and so on. But we saw Parliament was enlarged, Cabinet was enlarged, deputy ministers were there. How do you do that if you found that there was no money?
Also popping in the studio this week was the City of Windhoek CEO Robert Kahimise commenting on how Namibia can prepare itself better after the COVID-19 pandemic has ended.
Surely on the social welfare of our people, including also our employees,
Yeah.
it's very clear that post-COVID-19, the behavior of ourselves,
Yeah.
irrespective of where we are living, is going to change. Definitely is going to change. If you want to impact habits consistently, if you do something over 30 days, you are going to change.
Yeah.
And believe me, on the behavioral part, it's very clear that hygiene will become a priority, irrespective of your status. That is very clear. We have seen how the young people have also been impacted.
Yeah.
So I think those are the positives. Surely public health is a big issue, especially in Windhoek where we are. So we are hoping to actually leverage on some of those behavioral changes in taking the society going forward.
Yeah.
That is a plus. The economy is impacted.
Yeah.
I think it's clear signals as well to the entrepreneurs of this world that they need to be innovative, they need to diversify rather than just relying on one pot. So these are also learnings, not only to the government of the day, but also to the players in the economic space. It was very clear during this time. So there is a lot of learnings for everyone.
Indeed.
If we don't learn, surely, even if it repeats itself after 50 years, maybe some of us might not be there.
Yeah.
The next generation is also going to be caught up the way we have been unprepared, caught up by this pandemic.
Indeed.
There's a lot of learning, definitely even for ourselves as the biggest municipality. We have to also diversify our revenue.
Yeah.
We cannot just rely on ratepayers. The business of the day needs to change completely. So there's a lot of learnings. That's why we are looking forward to post-COVID-19, so that we can change the way we do business going forward.
Indeed. Also commenting this week on the pandemic and Namibia's preparedness was leader of the Landless People's Movement, Bernardo Swartboy. This is what he had to say.
If you have not done the testing, why are you locking people down? What is the basis that you are locking down? There must be medical grounds, scientific grounds, based on evidence that you decide that we will lock down and that we will then try to bring about treatment. And depending on how the first lockdown has worked, we are going to extend it or we are going to limit it. That should have been evidence-based policy-making approach that we expected. But clearly, our government has money to spend on the left-hand side by boasting around with an $8.1 billion stimulus package, but you can't even do the testing to verify whether the lockdown itself is necessary. And for that reason, whether the stimulus package itself is necessary. Because if you don't test, why are you locking down? Is it correct? Is it correct, Jemima, for a government to be as irresponsible as this bunch of people that KENGO has. How do you tell us, with the one hand, you don't have the necessary material that facilitate the testing, but you'll continue with a lockdown? Why are you compromising the economy on a process that's not working? Or are we locking down because the other